you don't get told no. Like, you're going to get the yeses. You're going to get more yeses than nos, and just being able to know that. So I'm excited for that. I know that's going to come soon.
Picture this: Angel Reese, microphone in hand, confidently declaring on her podcast that she's building a super team in Chicago. Fast forward to today, and the Sky locker room is eerily silent. No top free agent has taken the bait. As the biggest names of this offseason continue to sign elsewhere, one thing remains clear: Chicago's skyline isn't as enticing as Reese imagined. But why?
NBA free agency is officially underway, Annie. So when you see these names and the options that the Sky have, what do you think that they're cooking up?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because Angel and Camilla are very interesting pieces. And when you're talking about, you know, getting the right players in here, there is intrigue when you have young core pieces like that, because you could be part of developing them and developing towards a title contending season. But the reality is the Sky are still very far from that. And so this year, the focus really has to be on getting players in who are going to bridge that gap between this season and next.
Is it the front office drama driving players away? The facilities that make a high school gym look elite? Or maybe playing alongside the self-proclaimed star isn't as appealing as it seems? Not a single all-star is heading to the Windy City. Could this be the ultimate thanks? No thanks to Reese's recruitment pitch? Let's break down this free agency fiasco and see if Angel's halo is starting to slip. Are you ready? Let's go.
The whole city is obsessed with you.
I know. I love it
all
here.
the time.
I feel like Baltimore here. I love it here. It does.
Kind of. A little bit. Little DMV action.
Yeah.
But you know, Chicago is the #3 market in the country.
Really?
It's New York, LA, and then Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, y'all have everything. I'm not gonna lie, y'all have everything here. Like, it's nothing here that I'm like, oh, I gotta go to a different city for. Like, everything has been here.
Remember when Angel Reese boldly claimed she'd build a super team in Chicago? Well, folks, free agency is here, and let's just say the crickets are louder than ever in the Windy City. Picture this: Angel, phone in hand, frantically scrolling through her contacts, text after text, call after call, even sliding into Instagram DMs. But the response? Nothing but radio silence.
Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, too, have brought relevance to this team that they've desperately needed in a time when, again, if not for them, they'd be completely irrelevant because of the product that they're putting on the floor.
And also make Chicago an attractive spot when you have Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso right there, two bigs that really shine in their rookie season.
You'd think with all the star power available this offseason, at least one all-star would be packing their bags for Chicago, right? Wrong. As the hours tick by, the silence grows deafening. No press conferences, no excited tweets. Just Angel, left holding an empty roster and a whole lot of questions.
So, lads, this is not great news, you know, for the Chicago Sky, who are a team that obviously, look, they're rebuilding. This is a team that is 100% rebuilding. The problem is they don't own their pick. So if the Chicago Sky run it back, they're probably not making the playoffs next year. Look, I think there's going to be an improvement from Angel Reese. I think it's going to be an improvement from Cardoso. But that team with no Kennedy Carter, it's going to be real tough to get any offensive.
Let's break it down. Kelsey Plum, Jewel Lloyd, Brittany Griner, Alyssa Thomas, and Kelsey Mitchell were all up for grabs. These are the elite, the kind of players who can transform a franchise overnight. And how many even considered Chicago? Zero. Zilch. Nada. Now, I know what you're thinking. Maybe there's still hope. Maybe Angel has an ace up her sleeve, a last-minute signing that will shock the world. But as the dust settles and contracts get signed across the league, one thing is crystal clear: not a single all-star free agent chose Chicago. Angel's recruitment efforts didn't just fall flat, they backfired spectacularly.
So, not a good day for the Chicago Sky. Not a good day at all, because we have heard news from the journalist who reports on the WNBA, and because she is not a homer like a lot of the other people, like normally journalists are complete homers for one team, one of the actual credible journalists reported on something. Sky fans aren't happy. They all want her fired.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The Sky's front office isn't exactly helping matters. Remember Kennedy Carter, their leading scorer? Yeah, they didn't even bother to extend her a qualifying offer. It's like they're actively pushing talent away. Those trade talks? They went absolutely nowhere. It almost feels like the moment they heard Angel's name, they ran for the hills.
Kennedy had an incredible season for us last year, says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and we'll make changes to our roster. those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent.
So, what does this mean for Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed star who was supposed to be the Pied Piper of Chicago, leading a parade of all-stars to the Windy City? Well, it looks like she might be leading a parade of one. Talk about a reality check. So, what really happened? Why did none of them choose Chicago?
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Kennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
While Angel Reese was busy playing superstar recruiter, the real free agency fireworks were happening elsewhere. Picture this: a flurry of moves across the league, top players making game-changing decisions, and Chicago left in the dust. Let's talk about where the stars actually decided to shine.
WNBA, the Seattle Storm are sending Jewell Loyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a blockbuster 3-team trade that moves Kelsey Plum to the LA Sparks. That's according to ESPN. As part of the deal, Seattle receives the second pick in this year's WNBA draft from LA in exchange for the Storm's number 9 pick, while the Aces also receive the 13th pick, a second-round selection from the Sparks.
First up, Kelsey Plum. Remember the deadly three-point shot that helped Las Vegas win back-to-back championships? Well, she's taking her talents to Los Angeles. The Sparks just got a whole lot more dangerous. So why LA over Chicago? Simple: winning culture, top-notch facilities, and a front office that isn't a total mess. Sorry, Angel. But here's where it gets really interesting. Jewell Loyd had a chance to come home to Chicago. That's right, her hometown is the Windy City. You'd think playing with Angel would be a dream come true, right? Wrong. Loyd took one look at the Skies situation and said, no thanks. Instead, she's heading to Las Vegas to team up with Aya Wilson. Ouch.
According to WNBA Insider, that Illinois native Jewell Loyd will not be going to Chicago Sky. And obviously, they didn't keep Kennedy Carter. And it's looking like one player, obviously, that's been in Chicago across her careers because of her Illinois roots, is Seattle Storm guard Jewell Loyd.
Now, let's talk about Brittany Griner, the dominant Olympic center who scores at will. She's taking her talents to Atlanta, making the dream a whole lot scarier in the paint. And Alyssa Thomas? She's bringing her triple-double magic to Phoenix. Both moves make perfect sense: strong front offices, clear team direction, and, oh yeah, no Angel Reese drama.
Talk about the 3 big names you gotta know: Alyssa Thomas, Natasha Cloud, Brittany Griner. Let's start with Brittany Griner, joining Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard in Atlanta. Dream team? Brittany Griner was drafted to Phoenix in 2013, so it's kind of about time, and I'm so excited to see what Atlanta turns around this next season, because they really need her. Phoenix is also losing Natasha Cloud and Beck Allen, along with the number 12 pick overall in this year's draft, to Connecticut. Connecticut is giving up the triple-double queen, Alyssa Thomas,
So, what does all this mean? While Angel was busy talking a big game, other teams were out there making real moves. Not only did these stars reject Chicago, but they actively strengthened the Skies competition. It's like they're all running away from Angel faster than she can post on social media. But wait, there's one more move that might sting Angel the most. Want to hear more? While everyone's been watching Angel Reese's social media circus, something wild was happening right under her nose. Remember Kelsey Mitchell, the scoring machine who lit it up alongside Caitlin Clark last year? Well, she just dropped a bombshell that's got the whole league buzzing. Picture this: Mitchell, pen in hand, signing a one-year Supermax deal worth nearly $250,000. But here's the kicker: it wasn't with Chicago. Nope, she's staying put in Indiana.
What's up, everybody? Kelsey Mitchell here, and I'm a Fever girl again. So to my fans, to the basketball world, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. Indy's been good to me, and hopefully I could pour in and give the same. So here's to being a Fever girl.
Now, you might be thinking, so what? It's just one player. But hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where it gets juicy. Chicago needed a superstar shooting guard, and Mitchell perfectly fit the bill. In fact, Chicago fans were even spreading rumors that Mitchell was unhappy in Indiana and needed to be free to come to Chicago. We're looking at you, Cheryl Swoops.
Personally, here's where I think they didn't do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
But why? What does Mitchell know that we don't? Well, let's break it down. Last season, Mitchell and Clark were like peanut butter and jelly on the court. They played more minutes together than any other duo in the league. And get this, when they were on the floor, the Fever scored a jaw-dropping 105.1 points per 100 possessions. That's not just good, that's championship-level stuff. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Kelly Krauskopf, the Fever's president of basketball operations, didn't mince words when she said, Kelsey is extremely important to the success of this team and our future. Did you catch that? Our future. Not Chicago's future. Not Angel's future. Indiana's future.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing Kelsey how important she is to the Indiana Fever.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So everything about Kelsey Mitchell is core, right? Core values, her core basketball, actually everything about her is what we're about. And so there was no way she was going anywhere else but the Indiana Fever. So this is a great day for our franchise. It starts with her. Her legacy continues in an Indiana jersey, and we're off to the races now.
So, what does this mean for Angel in the sky? Well, it's not looking good, folks. While Angel's been busy posting heavily edited workout videos and making bold claims, other teams have been quietly building something real. The Fever? They've got a clear vision, a dynamic duo, and a loyal star. The Sky? They've got, well, Angel Reese and a whole lot of empty lockers. So, what's really going on in Chicago? Picture this Angel Reese, surrounded by empty lockers, frantically scrolling through her contacts. The once confident star now looks more like a kid picked last for dodgeball. The Sky's problems run deeper than one player's Instagram following.
Trying to give myself some grace because I know I'm not the player that I want to be just yet, but also kind of patting myself on the back, telling myself that I'm still doing great.
But wait, there's more. Remember when the Sky were playoff contenders? Well, last season, they crashed harder than a meteorite, posting their worst record since 2020. We're talking a dismal 13-win, 27-loss season, folks. It's like they forgot how to play basketball overnight, despite drafting a so-called generational rookie in Reese.
Every woman should be able to step in and be able to go into a locker room and be able to have a safe space, or go into a gym at 3 o'clock in the morning when they want to do that. So I want to be able to just invest